Good morning. We'll be starting with the last subtopic in your thermodynamic analysis. So that is your polytropic and small stage efficiency. See, as I told, when we go for multi-stage, so when we go for multi-stage expansion or compression, whatever it may be, multi-stage compression or expansion. So when you go for this particular thing, so what is the first assumption usually we try to take? We try to take that isentropic is the ideal one. So maybe we can't call it as a wrong. Maybe it is not practical. It is practically not advisable. Practically not advisable to use isentropic efficiency. Isentropic efficiency. Maybe it can be for isotropic efficiency for both compression or expansion, whatever it may be, which we have been using. So why this particular thing is there? The second point what we have to consider here is we go for stage efficiency. So we look at the, if we consider the stage, which can be a compression or expansion. So when we consider the stage, we feel that, or we look into that it is having the same efficiency. We consider the stage which has same efficiency, which has same efficiency, then isentropic efficiency maybe a little bit is completely different from, so which has the same efficiency, then the isentropic efficiency would be different from what we call it as isentropic efficiency will be different. And that is called as, so will be different, and is called as the small stage efficiency or polytropic efficiency. It is called as polytropic efficiency. This is only when we go for multi-staging. See, the difference is in the, see, why this part, see, when we go for it, so when I go for polytropic efficiency, this thing, so one thing, what is the noticeable difference, what we see is actually, the difference is independent. See, this particular, whatever the difference we are trying to note down, is independent of the corresponding property variations. That is, this changes, these differences are independent of the pressure and temperature ratios. That means the pressure and temperature ratios can remain the same, but still we could able to tell that clearly the isentropic efficiency is this much and your polytropic efficiency is this much. And this can happen only in case of a multi-stage, it can be compression or expansion. So what is it actually? Now let us look at the HS diagram already we have seen. Now let's take for example 3-stage expansion or compression. What we see, all the isentropic, all the vertical lines, whether it's a compression or the expansion, what we look at actually, either 1 to 2 dash, 2 to 3 dash, 3 to 4 dash. So individual isentropic compression. Now, it is for the same pressure ratio, but when you go for multi-staging, it is better for us to identify this individual stage isentropic compression or expansion efficiencies by, we call it as polytropic. It can be a compression or it can be expansion. So if it is for expansion, it is 1 to 2 dash, 2 to 3 dash, and 3 to 4 dash. That efficiency, whatever this particular stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, it is a better ideal for us to represent it as a polytropic rather than the isentropic. Okay, so with that consideration, we'll try to obtain the expression for it. Now let us look for the compression process. Right. Compression process. Okay, let's take a single stage. So let me draw an HS diagram for that. So this is my HS diagram, and I do have, so your pressure lines, okay, they are all diverging, okay, and in between I may be having an infinitesimal pressure. See, this is between two different points. I will take, say, if I call this as P1 and if I call this as P2. So if I call this as P is some intermediate point and the next immediate change is a small maybe incremental pressure change dP. So at this condition, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a compression. So it is from this point to this point, it is vertically. So what is it actually? At this particular point, if my temperature is T, fine. And what are the point at this particular point? It is, say, for example, if I go with isentropic, if it is T dash, fine. So what is the incremental change? It is T dt dash, whatever it may be. T plus T. So this incremental change can be T plus dt dash. So if it is an actual compression or actual compression, it will take a curve like this. It will go like this, and at this particular point, the temperature will be T plus this, I call it as dt. So if I take an actual process, it will be T plus dt, okay, T plus dt, and if it is an isentropic, it is T plus dt dash. Okay. Now let us define. See, let us define polytropic efficiency. The polytropic efficiency. So it is eta P. So that is the thing. So what is it actually? Eta P is equal to, it is the ratio of isentropic temperature change, or it can be enthalpy also, fine, whatever it, because temperature is, your enthalpy is a function of temperature, I can write in that also, to its actual temperature change. Isentropic temperature change to actual temperature. So now let us write it. Your polytropic, what is the isentropic temperature change? It is dt dash. Your actual, it is dt. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, the ideal one, I'm calling it as polytropic. The ideal, I'm calling it as polytropic. That is ideal or isentropic. Or if I do a little bit of cross multiplication, I'm going to get dt dash is equal to your polytropic efficiency multiplied by dt. Let me call this as equation number 1. Okay. Now we know that for isentropic process, this already we know that for any isentropic process, we know this formula, that is Ti by T low is equal to Pi by P low whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. Already we know this actually, H is I. Now what is Ti actually here? Ti, if I look at the isentropic, it is actually T plus dt dash. And what is your T low? It is T. And what is your, see, I am considering only for this particular thing, only for between P and dP dash. That's a small incremental pressure change only for that particular process. So what is my P actually? It is pH actually it is P plus small dP, okay, then P whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So now if I do a little bit of simplification with the mathematical, this will be T by T, it will be 1. This will be dt dash by T is equal to 1 plus dP by P whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay. Now you look at this particular thing. Little bit of mathematical thing we have to apply here. If you look at this term, what is it actually? It looks like a, maybe you might have seen that the polynomial expressions. So we know that that looks like 1 plus, so I can write it as gamma by gamma minus 1 into dP by T, then gamma minus 1 by gamma whole square into d square P by P square, all those things. I can go on adding up the higher order terms. Only right hand term. So left hand side I can retain as it is, and I can expand the right side term. I can write it as, this will be 1 plus whatever we have in the power, that is gamma minus 1 by gamma divided by gamma into dP by P plus, I have n number of higher order, I can go up to n minus 1. So let me call all those things, I need not write that, I call it as higher order terms. This is an expansion. I am expanding that particular thing. So now if you look at this particular expansion, so 1 to the left hand side and 1 this things simply they cancel out. I am left with, this is simply the expression, that is dt dash by T is equal to, I have gamma minus 1 by gamma into dP by P, okay, dP by P. So higher order terms I am going to neglect, plus higher order term, because I'm only worried about what happens to the first order. If I'm worried, so considering, so let me write that also, considering only the first order or considering only the lower order terms. So I need a solution for it, that's it. If that is the case, I'm going to get dt dash by T is equal to gamma minus 1 by gamma. So let me call this as expression number 2. Now substitute the value of, substituting for dt dash from the equation 1, okay, from the equation 1 we get, so what is dt dash actually? It is your polytropic efficiency into dt divided by T, okay, is equal to gamma minus 1 by gamma into dP by P. So now I'm going to separate all the variables so that I can easily integrate it. So separate all the variables, so I can write it as dt by T on one side, okay. I'm going to take 1 by polytropic efficiency gamma minus 1 by gamma on other side, because those are constants, and dP by P. So let me call this as expression number 3. So now this is for all the points which in your P1 to P2 whatever. Now if I want to get it for a definite point, see, for the definite points, for the definite points between, maybe let it call it as 1 to 2, we have to integrate it. So integrate the equation 3, it's not equation 1 to 2, it is between the points, okay, this is the points 1 to 2, not between equation 1 and 2, this is the points 1 to 2, integrate the equation 3. So if I integrate it, how to integrate it actually, this is integration from 1 to 2, it is dt by T is equal to, I'm going to take my constant tau, that is your polytropic efficiency, gamma minus 1 by gamma, then integration between 1 to 2 dp by p. Now, integration between 1 and 2, what's actually 1 means it is T1, 2 means it is T2, it is 1 means P1, 2 means it is P2. So, integrating between the points T1 and T2 for temperature and P1 and P2 for the your pressure. So, integration of 1 upon T is actually what it is actually log T. So, ln of T, apply the limits T1 to T2, fine. Then this side I have 1 by your polytropic efficiency, gamma minus 1 by gamma, okay, into ln of, you have the limits actually, you have to apply the limits only for the T. So ln of T, P1 to P2. Okay, if I apply the limit, what I'm going to, it's actually ln of T1, T2 minus T1. So this will be ln of T2 minus T1 is equal to 1 upon polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma into ln of P2 minus T1. You are all aware of it. I can write T2 minus T1 as T2 by T1. Okay, you are, maybe this is clearly visible, so I can write it as this as T2 by T1. So this is actually, then I can write it as 1 upon your polytropic efficiency gamma minus 1 by gamma ln of P2 by ln of P1. Okay, so I got this expression now. Ln of T2 by T1 is equal to, or if you want, still I can try, if you want everything, I can take all these things to the, only I want only in terms of log actually. I can write it as ln of T2 by T1 is equal to ln of P2 by P1 whole to the power of 1 upon polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, so this is my expression. This is my expression. Or I want to only see, this is one form of expression. So all those things are becomes equation number 4. Either I can retain as I can write it like this, or like this, or I can write in only in terms of polytropic efficiency, means the polytropic, if I take it to the left hand side, this will become, okay, gamma minus 1 by gamma ln of P2 by P1 whole thing divided by ln of T2 by T1. I'm calling that as. So in these 3 different forms, I can write. So what is it actually? I can write the expression. I can write the expression for the polytropic efficiency in terms of pressure ratios, temperature ratios, and your based on your ratio of specific heat, Cp by C1, that is gamma. Now, so this is about the polytropic efficiency. Sometimes we may ask to find what is the temperature change, or is it possible to write the polytropic efficiency in terms of maybe independent of these pressure ratios. Okay, that means is it possible for me to write in the polytropic efficiency either in terms of N and gamma? So that also we can do. How to do that actually? To get that, this is one form of an expression. So we know that the work done W is given by Cp into T2 minus T1, or so T2 minus T1 is equal to, I can write it as, I can take T1 outside, this will be T2 by T1 minus 1, okay, or we know that T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma, or I can write this as T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Okay. Now, look at this particular thing. Is it only P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma or something else. Now, you look at this particular thing, this particular temperatures actually. You look at this particular thing. We add this equation, this equation. See, log on either side, just simply they cancel out. So this is not only, this is ln of P2 by P1 whole to the power of this thing. This expression automatically it becomes 1 upon your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. I am trying to compare my equation 4 with this. General thing is, this is what we have generally. This is the expression what we have generally, that is P2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. Now, but for this particular condition, so your T2 minus T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of 1 upon polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. So, I am calling that as some expression number 7. Now, consider, take for example, for any polytropic process, for a polytropic process. If I take for a polytropic process, what we have actually, I can write T2 by T1. We know that for a polytropic process, I can write T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of n minus 1 by n. So if that is the case, actually I can write T2 by T2 minus T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of n minus 1 by n minus 1. I am calling that as expression number 8. This is for the process PV to the power of n is equal to constant. Fine. Now, compare the equations 7 and 8. Compare the equations 7 and 8. For what? For the same pressure, for the same pressure and temperature ratios. For this condition, if that is the case, then I can compare, then I can write. So what I can do, P2 by, say in that case actually what will happen, if I try to do that, n minus 1 by n will be equal to 1 by polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. So only I am trying to take only the powers, rest all are the same. Okay, then if I want, I can simplify this. If I simplify this, so what I'm going to get actually, I'm going to get polytropic efficiency is equal to, if I simplify, your polytropic efficiency is equal to n, so by n minus 1 into gamma minus 1 by gamma. So let me call that as expression number 9. Now if you look at this expression is independent of your pressure ratios, okay, pressure and temperature ratios, or your polytropic efficiency is equal to n into gamma minus n divided by n into gamma minus gamma. I can same thing, same expression. This is the same expression. I can write in this particular form. Is it possible for us to do further simplification? Yes. You take this particular thing. You take this particular thing. Further simplification can be done. That is n into gamma, okay, minus gamma multiplied by polytropic efficiency into n into gamma minus n, okay, or here I can open the bracket, n into gamma into polytropic efficiency, n into gamma into polytropic efficiency minus gamma into polytropic efficiency, okay, or n into gamma minus n. Further simplification I can do. So this will become minus gamma into polytropic efficiency. I will take other things to the right hand side. That is your n into gamma minus n minus your n into gamma into polytropic efficiency. So I can further simplification, I can write gamma into polytropic efficiency is equal to, what I'm doing actually, I'm multiplying by minus throughout. So I'm going to get minus n into polytropic efficiency. This will become plus n into gamma into polytropic efficiency. Okay. Or I can write gamma into polytropic efficiency is equal to, okay, or it's equal to, here if I take n outside, this will become 1 minus gamma. So then here if I take n itself outside, this will become 1 minus polytropic efficiency. Or I can write n is equal to your gamma into polytropic efficiency divided by, okay, 1 minus gamma into 1 minus polytropic efficiency. I am calling that as equation number 10. This is another form of getting your value of n. So sometimes they won't give the value. They may ask us, come on, find the obtain the expression. See, from the polytropic efficiency, calculate the value of n. What is the value of n? See now, why this is so important for us. Say, if I'm dealing with only air, what is the value of air actually? The gamma for the air it is 1.4. If I take some other liquid, some other gases actually, where my gamma may be 1.3 or 1.6 or 1.5 or something, in that case, my n value is going to change. So now, depending upon for the same polytropic efficiency, my n value will be different. Or for a given n value, I should be able to find my polytropic. So these are very practically, I should be able to get those numbers when I go for multi-stage expansion. What is so critical? Let me tell you. Say when I go for multi-stage compression, instead of air, if I compress nitrogen, whether my efficiency are going to change? Yes, because my gamma values will be different for nitrogen. Is it possible for me to use something else, argon or some kind of an inert gas? So this particular you can clearly come up with an expression for the same expression. You can come up with the numbers for different working fluids in case of a turbo machine. Okay, and one more thing is sometimes we look at the stage efficiency also, which is very important. This is only for polytropic efficiency. But what is your stage efficiency? Your stage efficiency also can be easily found. What is it actually? Already we have seen that T2 minus T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole to power of your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by n. Already we have that expression. If I take, for example, stage efficiency, let me take for the stage efficiency. The stage efficiency. If I take the stage efficiency, what is stage efficiency? It is actually H2 dash minus H1 divided by H2 minus H1. What is it H2 dash? It is the isentropic enthalpy drop divided by actual enthalpy drop. Or if I want to write in terms of temperature, this will be Cp into T2 dash minus T1 divided by Cp into T2 minus T1, or I can write it as T2 dash minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1. This is my stage efficiency. Why this particular thing? Actually, because H is a function of my temperature, because H is a function of temperature. So if I look into this particular, I can write T2 minus T1 is equal to T2 dash minus T1 divided by your stage efficiency. Okay, then here I can this particular expression I can write. See, if you look at this particular expression to the right hand side, I can write, if I take T1 outside, this will be T2 dash minus T1 minus 1 divided by stage efficiency. Okay. What is this T2 dash minus T1? We know that T2 dash minus T1 is equal to, it is P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. Or I can write this as, this is for stage efficiency, T2 minus T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1 divided by stage efficiency. Let me call this as expression number 11. This is for a stage efficiency, what temperature difference are in terms of stage efficiency. Now what we have for the polytropic, we have the expression 7, that is T2 minus T1 is equal to T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of 1 by polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. So now I can compare the equation 7 and 11. Okay, comparing the equation, comparing the equation 7 and 11, we get, okay, if I try to compare that equation, what I'm going to get actually, I'll be getting in terms of your pressure. So what it is actually, it is P2 by P1. So what I'm going to get actually, it is P2 by P1 whole to the power of 1 upon polytropic efficiency to gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 gamma minus 1. Or it is only, so divided by your stage efficiency. So 1 just simply cancel out. So this side I have minus 1, this one. So I can write stage efficiency as is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1 divided by, okay, P2 by P1 1 upon polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. I'm calling that as expression number 12. So this is the, see, this is the condition for this, the stage efficiency. So now, if this is for a given one particular stage, I have taken one particular stage. See, this is, let me write, this is for a one particular stage. So I have derived it for a one particular stage. I have considered just to make the thing simple. If I go for multi-staging, so let me write that as a note. For multi-stage, in case of multi-stage, okay, in case of multi-stage, replace the pressure ratio in equation 12. The pressure ratio in equation 12 by stage pressure ratio. By stage pressure ratio. What is it actually? Let me write that. So if I try to explain this, this is how it is. Okay. Now, these are, let me take only two stages. Let me take, it's only two stages. So this is 1, this is 2, this is P1, this is P2, this is P3. So here, if I go for stage, what is the meaning of it actually? The stage pressure ratio means, or pressure ratio means actually, PR is equal to P2 by P1 is equal to P3 by P2. That is the meaning of it. Instead of going for a single stage pressure ratio, if you go for multi-staging, actually, I should use the stage pressure ratio to calculate the stage efficiency. That's the meaning of it. So it may be 0.5 or 1.1 or 1.2, whatever it may be. So this is about your expression for, so polytropic efficiency. So what I have done is this derivation, what I have done is actually today, this for all conditions I have derived. For all, maybe I'm looking, just what I have done is actually, I've taken a simple HS diagram. Fine, I've taken simple HS diagram, and in that HS diagram, I'm putting the definition, by definition, isentropic temperature change to actual temperature change, then trying to obtain expression for a given isentropic process, integrating between the two finite points, then getting the expression. So there's a general expression. So if there is a derivation, obtain the general expression for polytropic efficiency in terms of pressure and temperature ratio, you have to stop at 6. Suppose if they ask, obtain the value of n in terms of your gamma, okay, and polytropic efficiency, then you have to do this equation, equation 10. Then if they ask you to, is it possible for us to show that your efficiency, stage efficiency, obtain the expression for stage efficiency in terms of polytropic efficiency, then you have to do till. So depending upon what is as, so in the same derivation, all the three parts are there. One is polytropic efficiency, get the expression for polytropic efficiency. Then how to calculate the value of n for the given polytropic efficiency. Then how to calculate the stage efficiency from the given polytropic efficiency. The similar procedure can be adapted for your expansion process also. Okay, which I'm going. So if there are any doubts, I can discuss. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, so I've done it. Now I'm going to share this document. I think that should be able to, once you people go through that, it will be easy for you. I'll do the same thing for the expansion process. Okay. What is this expansion process? Expansion means it's a turbine. Okay. Let me take it. This for the expansion process. What happens in case of an expansion process? Let me take the corresponding HS diagram. This is the HS diagram for the expansion process. I am going to take a simple stage. So it is from P1 to P2. This is from expanding from P1 to P2. And in between, I have the infinitesimal small pressure. So that is, this is P. This is P minus dP. Look at this. This is expanding. This is P. This is P minus dP. That's the only change. There it was. I'm trying to compress and increase the pressure. Here I'm trying to lose the pressure, or I'm expanding. So if that's the case, then your expansion process will be from this point to this point, expanding down. Okay. If the temperature here is T, here it is T minus dT dash. So if I go by actual process, this will be T minus dt. Okay. Now let me write the same thing as what we did for your expansion, so compression process. So polytropic efficiency for expansion. Polytropic efficiency. That is, once again, it is polytropic, the eta P. So here eta P is equal to actual temperature change, that is dt, divided by isentropic temperature change. It's different from compression. So here it is actual temperature change. I'm writing in terms of temperature. Actually, it is actual enthalpy change. It can be with respect to enthalpy or temperature. Doesn't matter, because enthalpy is a function of temperature. Actual temperature change to your isentropic temperature change. Or I can write dt dash is equal to dt by your polytropic efficiency. I am calling it as expression number 1. Now, I will go to do the same procedure what I did for your compression. So your higher temperature, that is higher temperature here, it is actually, it is, so maybe the lower temperature, whatever it may be, it is T minus dt dash divided by T. I can go with T1 by T2 or T2 by T1, doesn't matter. So here it will be P1 minus P1 by P2 or P2 by P1, doesn't matter, because at the end my expression should be same. Okay, I'm going with T1 by T2 is equal to P1 by P2 gamma minus 1. So I'm going with higher numbers, that's it. That's the only change I'm going. Higher by lower, higher by lower. Okay. I'm going with the same thing. Okay. Sorry, here it is final minus initial, that is dt dash, that is final minus initial. So it should be T2 by T1. Yeah, T2 by T1 and P2 by P1. Doesn't matter, we will end up with the same expression. So if I simplify this, so this will be 1 minus dt dash by T, 1 minus dp by P whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. And I'm going to do the same thing, whatever I did for the expanding the polynomial terms. So I'm going to get it actually 1 minus dt dash by T is equal to 1 minus gamma minus 1 by gamma into dp by P plus higher order terms. Okay, so I can write this as dt dash by T is equal to gamma minus 1 by gamma into dp by P. I'm going to neglect the higher order terms. So I'm going to separate the variables and substitute for dt dash. So here substitute for dt dash, if I do, this will be dt by polytropic efficiency, dt by your polytropic efficiency that is equal to gamma minus 1 by gamma into dp by P, because your dt dash is equal to your dt by, this is from equation 1. Look at this from the equation 1 I'm writing it. dt dash I'm writing in terms of dt by polytropic efficiency. Now separate the variables and integrate it. So if I separate the variables, this I'm going to get dt by T is equal to polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma into dp by P. So integrate between the two finite points, that is T1 to T2, that is dt by T is equal to polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma, integrate between P1 to P2, that is dp by P. So if I integrate and apply the limits, what I'm going to get between here, I'm going to get ln of T2 by T1 is equal to polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma into ln of, it is P2 by P1. Okay, or I'm going to get polytropic efficiency is equal to, so polytropic efficiency is equal to ln of T2 by T1 whole thing divided by gamma minus 1 by gamma into ln of P2 by P1. So I'm calling that as expression number, yeah. So if I call this as expression number 2, let me call this as expression number 3. So I got this expression. So now the same expression I can write in terms of temperature. So if I write in terms of this particular expression, see this one. So if I call this as 3, so if I call this as 4, look at this particular 3, I can write it as, we take a little bit down so that I can write the expression there itself, is easy for me. Okay, I can write T2 by T1. Okay, I can write it as P2 by P1 whole to the power of polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma, because ln on the other side, they simply cancel. So e to the power of this thing, e to the power of thing, if I do that, I can write that particular thing in that also. So both are 3, or if I call this as, both as expression number 3. Or if I know the work done expression. I know the work done expression. What is the work done expression? Expression for the work done work done W is equal to Cp into T2 minus T1, or if I want in terms of T2 minus T1, I can write T2 minus T1, I can write it as T1 into T2 by T1 minus 1, or I can write in terms of, now what is T2 by T1? I can write it as P2 by P1 whole to the power of, so I can write it as, it is T1 into P2 by P1 whole to the power of polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. I'm calling that as expression number 7. So that's what I'm going to get. Okay. So this is actually, sorry, T1, it should be T1 minus T2, not T2 minus T1, because it is higher temperature minus lower temperature. Yeah. Higher to lower. So all the things are going to change. Let me write that. Yeah. It is 1 minus. Yeah, it is higher temperature, expansion process. So T1 minus T2. Compression will be T2 minus T1. Okay. Then this will be T1 minus T2. So if I take my T1, so if I take T1 outside, so if I take T1 outside, this is T2, so this will be, take my T1 outside, this will be T1 into T2 minus T1, that is 1 minus P2 by P1. Yes. If I take T1 outside, simply if I take this T1 outside, this will become 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay, 1 minus T2 by T1, or I can write T1 is equal to 1 minus P2 by P1 whole to the power of the polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, this will be your expression. I am calling that as equation number 5. Now, for any polytropic process, for the same thing, this is for an isentropic. For any polytropic process, if I take it actually, T1 minus T2 is equal to, this will be T1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole to the power of n minus 1 by n. So this I am calling it as equation number 6. Now if I try to compare the equations, compare the equations 5 and 6, we get, we can write, I can write, so only all the things are same. So if I try to compare your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma is equal to n minus 1 by n, or I can write your polytropic efficiency is equal to gamma by gamma minus 1 into n minus 1 by n. Okay. So maybe further simplification I can do it. I can get the value of n. How to do that actually? N value also I can find. How to find the n value? Do a little bit of simplification, the same thing. This will be gamma into n minus gamma divided by, this is gamma into n minus n. Okay, cross multiply, the same thing. This will be gamma into n minus n into your polytropic efficiency, gamma into n minus gamma. Or I want only in terms of gamma, so I can replace as it is, retain the gamma as it is to the right hand side. So which I will take it to the left. This will be plus actually. This will be gamma n. So if I take this to the minus side, this will be into gamma n polytropic efficiency, then polytropic efficiency into gen. Okay, or I can write gamma is equal to, if I take n as the common for all the three, I can get is equal to gamma minus polytropic efficiency into gamma plus your polytropic efficiency. Or I can write this particular thing, gamma into n. I can take your gamma common, so this will be polytropic efficiency common. This will be your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1. This is only simplification. Or I can write n is equal to your gamma whole thing divided by gamma minus your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1. So I'm calling it as expression number 8. So whatever we did for the compression, we are trying to do the same thing. So there also we got the value of n. How we got it actually? We try to compare the things. Okay. So similarly, we can look at the stage efficiencies. Okay, that's the last one which we are supposed to do. So once we are done the whatever we did for the compression, we have done the same thing for the expansion also. What is stage efficiency? The stage efficiency is given by, in case of expansion, it is actually the stage is equal to h1 minus h2 divided by h1 minus h2 dash, or T1 minus T2 divided by T1 minus T2 dash. Fine. So this is the expression what we have. Or I can write T1 minus T2 as it is. So what is my T1 minus T2? Just now we got it. So if I call this as expression number 9, what is my T1 minus T2? Already we know that T1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole to the power of your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. What is my T1 minus T2 dash? So this also I can simplify. I can write it as T1 into 1 minus T2 by T1 whole to the power of your polytropic efficiency into gamma minus 1 by gamma. Or this also I can write T1, if I take it out, this will be 1 minus T2 dash minus T1. So what is my T2 dash minus T1? I'm writing directly. So this will be P2 by P1 whole to the power of your gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, what is it actually? Let me write that. Because your T2 dash minus T1 is equal to your P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1. So this is your stage efficiency. Is it further simplification I can do? Yes. So further simplification if I do, your T1 just cancel out. These two things just cancel out. Okay. I'm left with only in terms of pressure, that is 1 minus P2 by P1 whole to the power of your polytropic efficiency to gamma minus 1 by gamma divided by, okay, 1 minus P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So this is equation number 10. Now look at this. So you have the P2 by P1 as the pressure ratio. In case of multi-stage expansion, replace the pressure ratio in equation 10 by the stage pressure ratio. By the stage pressure ratio. What is it actually? That means I have the, say for example, if I take for a 2 stages, let me look at this. So you have the HS diagram something like this. So I have the two stages which is going like this. So this is for stage 1, this is for stage 2. If I try to expand it, so this is the expansion, first stage expansion. Okay, this will go like this. Then the second stage expansion, it will go like this. So this is your actual expansion. I'll be taking the stage pressure ratios. So this is your maybe P1, P2, P3. So what is your stage pressure ratio in that case actually? So I can go with P2 by P1, P3 by P2. So this number is not like 1, 2, 3 and all. It is actually 0.5, 0.6 and I'm going to look at the expansion. I'm not looking at the compression. I'm looking at the expansion pressure ratios. So these pressure ratios are very, very critical when I'm trying to look at the polytropic.